A nice, quiet, smooth, personal luxury car with a big secret. High-performance car sales began to slide by 1971 for various reasons, including the dawn of emissions controls, unleaded gas, and higher insurance premiums. And automakers didn't want to see this popular market segment decline, so they had to do some repositioning of cars to match the tastes of these buyers. Mercury knew that sophisticated luxury sports machines were gaining in popularity from car makers all over the world, so they set out to boost the Cougar's stature with that crowd with a redesign for 1971. And this particular car is one of the hot ones. The second generation Cougar still shared underpinnings with the Ford Mustang, which was also redesigned for 1971. The new Cougar seemed to grow in all dimensions, but it actually weighed a little less than the previous year, despite the larger appearance. The hidden headlights are gone from the nose, and a new split grille features a protruding nose with vertical ribs that becomes the prominent feature up front. The big chrome bumper dips to frame the grille, and exposed headlights are housed in horizontally ribbed grilles that wrap around the leading fender edges. It's an interesting combination of left-right and up-down that isn't very common. The sides are not heavily sculpted, and the use of minimal trim and a sporty side mirror keep the profile of the car nice and clean. And the rear view of the 71 Cougar presents wide taillights housed in another big bumper with some unique contours and shapes that don't really seem to flow together that well, but they certainly get the job done. Bigger bumpers are indicative of looming federally mandated crash standards that were coming for all American cars. Mercury was going after the European car buyer with the 71 Cougar, so they positioned this as a luxury sport coupe with a lot of interesting options, but no wimpy European car came with a 429 Cobra Jet under the hood. Under the hood of our 71 is the main reason why this one landed a spot in the Brothers collection and on Muscle Car of the Week. Yep, the nose of this 71 Cougar convertible is home to Ford's 429 Cobra Jet V8, which develops 370 horsepower and 450 pound-feet of torque. It's also interesting to note that this is not an XR7 car, but a regular Cougar loaded with the goods. There were 4 different 429s built from Ford's 385 series big V8. The luxury barge Thunderjet 429, which was a smooth and torquey engine, then the Cobra Jet, the 375 horse Super Cobra Jet, and finally the Boss 429. The 429 Cobra Jet, like this one, found its way into just 47 convertibles for 1971, making them very scarce cats. Inside a 429 Cobra Jet, you'll find strong internals held together by a beefy engine block. Special pistons squeeze up an 11.3 to 1 compression ratio, and the CJ heads feature giant ports and big valves worked by a hydraulic camshaft. The air and fuel are metered by a GM part, a 715 CFM Rochester Quadrajet carburetor. And this was chosen because it's basically an off-the-shelf part that was cheaper for Ford to use rather than developing a specific carburetor for the engine. This car also breathes through a ram air scoop and dual exhaust. Mercury called these Cougars luxury sport cars, and the sport part was handled by that big 429 under the hood. The luxury part is inside the car. You got all kinds of good stuff in this car. Power windows, power convertible top, air conditioning, AM/FM stereo with 4 speakers. There's a rally gauge package, map lights, power disc brakes, a very nice console between the bucket seats, and a 4-speed Hurst shifter coming right up through it. That top loader 4-speed dumps into a traction lock rear axle loaded with 355 to 1 rear gears, spinning the interesting stamped steel rally style wheels that have trim rings and hubcaps. On the strip, these Cobra Cats clicked off mid 14-second quarter-mile times at just under 100 miles an hour, which is quite strong for a Luxo cruiser like this one. Mercury made 16 or so special 71 Cougar 429 Cobra Jet 4-speed convertibles that were used as publicity cars to create a buzz for the new model. They were all painted metallic blue with white tops and interiors, and this surviving specimen lives in the brothers' collection. You know, without this big hood scoop, you might not ever know what's lurking under the hood on this big cat. Thanks for watching this episode of Muscle Car of the Week. If you like stuff like this, you can subscribe to our channel on YouTube and on our website at musclecaroftheweek.com. If you do that, you'll never miss an episode or a cool car from Muscle Car of the Week.